Good morning, boys and girls. Yesterday, you had an assignment where you had to come up with a job that you wanted to have in your future, and you needed to start planning what your business card for that job would look like, the tone, the fonts, the colors. Well, for the next project that we're going to be working on, you are going to have a few days to do this. You're actually going to be designing these business cards on Google Slides. So you're going to be creating two business cards for your job. So for example, if I wanted to be a teacher when I grew up, I would create two different business cards for that. Maybe I would create one that was a little more serious, and then maybe I would create one that was a little more fun. So that's talking about the tone. Or maybe they would both be serious, and I would just have two different design options. But what I'm going to do for you guys right now is break down a couple of different business cards that I have in this slide presentation for you. And I'm going to tell you what's good about them and what's bad about them. And hopefully these will give you guys a really good guide as to what you should do in your project. So I'm going to start backwards. I'm going to start here. The first thing that I want you guys to look at is what you're going to be graded on. You're going to be graded on the required text, which is your name needs to be on the card, your job needs to be on the card, and two pieces of contact information. So that can either be an email and a cell phone number, or it can be an email and an address. It can be an address and a phone number. Now, you don't have to give me your real information. You can make it up. You could just put in, for a phone number, 999-999. Doesn't need to be real, guys. It's just a placeholder. You're also going to be graded on color. So think about what you learned in the color theory video. Are you using a monochromatic color palette? Are you using a complementary color palette? Are you using an analogous color palette? It should be thoughtful and intentional and match the tone. So if I'm trying to do a serious professional business card, I wouldn't have neon colors. Okay? The other category that you're going to be graded on is typography, which is also text. Again, you should be thinking about your line spacing, your proximity, your balance on your card, things like that, and then images or graphics. Do they match the tone? Are they thoughtful? Are they intentional? Things like that. So let's get into the actual looking at business cards. On this business card, you're going to see a nice color selection, the red, the black, the white. They have a QR code, which is kind of cool. This is the person's name, John Doe, and his title is Project Manager. And they left a little place for your company or slogan, because this is an example, guys. So it's phone number, your email, website, and then the address of the business. Now, what I like about this is I like how the name is highlighted here. I think that's pretty cool. And I like how they brought the red through again on the bottom, that red line there. And again, that little red accent line here. The balance of it feels a little off to me, but I like that they took a creative risk in how they placed the information on the card. So this might be something you want to consider, making a colored section on your card, bringing down a line below. I'll show you guys how to do that in the next screencast. This one I thought was very simple, but again, I liked it. The intentional placement of these circles in the background was cool. Gives it just a little bit of color. And then we have all the black text here. It's all lined on the left. We have a line here underneath the name. So obviously it's drawing our attention to the name, Eric Conway, and the job, business consultant. So the size of the text, the boldness of the text, and the proximity of these two things to the line make this stand out. And then finally, we have this, Jessica Hall. Obviously, it's a little more creative, social media, branding, web design. So she has that arc up top with that playful font, and she has the line underneath her name, which really grounds the text. The two pieces of information are the phone number and the website. So these are three examples of business cards, guys, that have a lot of really great things on them and some things that are not so great. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating your card on a slide. So I'm going to show you guys. You're going to get a blank slide, and you're going to treat this entire space as if it was your business card. So for example, if I wanted the background of my card to be a very pale gray, I would insert that gray. If I wanted to insert a line,